Hi everyone, this is Richard, aka Piece by Piece Puzzler, and I want to welcome you back to my channel for the second video in my series called Great Day for a Gradient. Now, in the first video in this series, we talked about a puzzle called Waves that was from a UK-based puzzle brand called Cloudberries. Now, in this second video, we're going to be talking about a puzzle from a newer company called Soonness, which is actually from a series of puzzles from this company called Gradient Therapy. So the puzzle I'm going to be doing today is called Magic Box, and you can't actually tell from the front cover of the puzzle, but it actually is made up of several different gradients within the puzzle, as you can see from the image here. So there's the top of the box, there are two different sides, and then the back, the border of the puzzle is also a gradient in and of itself. So this one I think is going to be an interesting puzzle, and I'm predicting that it won't be too challenging because it's made up of some smaller sections with some fairly distinct colors. So this is the one I'm going to be focusing on today. I also have another puzzle from this company, which is called Sky Love, and that also has several different gradients within the puzzle. So this is another one that's on my radar. I will probably do this in another video in the future. So today, I am going to get working on this puzzle, and I will check in with you in a little bit and let you know how it's going. So you'll see that my sorting was fairly straightforward. I basically followed the image of the puzzle. So I sorted the blues and the greens that are sort of at the top of the box. I've got the largest section here, which is the reds and the yellows. And then I've got this side here, which is the blues and the purples that are on the side of the box. So then in this other tray over here, I have all of the border pieces between the colors, the light blue and the light red on the right-hand side, and then all of the corner and the side pieces here. So as a next step, I'm probably going to leave the border pieces for the end and focus on the pieces that are the borders between the colors, because I think that's going to give me a good place to start in terms of picking out the colors that I do in larger sections. So I've gotten to the stage now where I have the outline of the box inside the puzzle. As you can see, because my board has a horizontal orientation, I had to do the puzzle sideways. I guess really technically this puzzle doesn't really have a right way up, so it doesn't really matter too much. But I think my next step is going to be to focus on this smaller blue and green section, because I think getting that done will just give me a bit of a sense of achievement that'll spur me forward for the rest of the puzzle. So I will get into it, and probably I won't check in with you until I'm a significant way through the puzzle. So I managed to make some pretty good progress. I have two sides of the box finished now. I'll move this postcard so you can see this side here. And basically I just have to finish this large section of the box, which is the biggest gradient in the puzzle, and then also the sides and the borders. So my hand's getting a little tired and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a break for a while, but so far I'm doing pretty well and I'm really enjoying the puzzle. There is a bit of trial and error in some of the sections with really similar colors, but it's nothing that's unexpected for a gradient puzzle. So far really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to getting it done, probably either later today or maybe tomorrow. Okay. So I finished Magic Box late last night. It was about midnight when I finished the puzzle, so I waited until this morning to give my final thoughts on the puzzle. I really enjoyed putting this one together. It had the same really high quality of the last Soonness puzzle that I did, which was the jelly bean puzzle that I mentioned. This one was actually a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be because the gradient moves in a line across the colors, and that meant that each one of these strips had so many different pieces of the same color. So as I was going through the pieces, I would be picking out whichever shades kind of match that line in the puzzle, and then trying sort of through trial and error to figure out where each one went. And I would say it's not really a fault of the brand or the puzzle in particular, but there were plenty of moments when a piece seemed like it might go somewhere, only to find out about a minute or two later, ooh, I had it in the wrong spot, because just the way that the colors were interlocking in a line was just kind of different than I thought it was going to be. So this puzzle presented a challenge, but it was a really fun one as well. And I thought the colors were beautiful and very vibrant, and it kind of calmed me down as I was going through, because there was this, moment at the beginning of the puzzle where all of the pieces are sorted out and you're looking at it and you're like, this is a lot of pieces. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And then as you sort of notice that you can pick out the shades of colors and just focus on those and then move from one to the next, it was, it fulfilled what I want from a gradient puzzle, and it lived up to the title of the series, which is Gradient Therapy. So I've been thinking this week also what to say about Ukraine in this video. If you're watching this video and it's not March 2022, then perhaps the conflict is already over, but right now there's a war in Ukraine, and a lot of people have this on their minds at the moment. So Soonness, actually, when I looked at their social media this week, sort of solved the problem of what to say for me. This month in March, they are actually giving 50% of all proceeds for puzzles purchased on their website to help children and families in Ukraine. So if you're interested in trying this puzzle, or any of the other Soonness Gradient Therapy puzzles, or any of their life puzzles that are still in stock on their website, I highly encourage you during March to buy those puzzles, because half of your purchase will be going to support people in Ukraine directly on the ground through UNICEF. So that's a great way to support Ukraine. I really enjoyed this puzzle. I have nothing else to say to you really, other than happy puzzling.